Welcome back. Last session we explored the shift from I want to I will, the fundamental change of posture that produces joy in church life. Today we look at how that posture expresses itself in concrete action, unity, forgiveness, and releasing our personal preferences. Let me begin with a question. What kind of church is the most evangelistic? Jesus answered it in John chapter 13, verse 35. By this shall all men know that ye are my disciples, if ye have love one to another. The most powerful testimony a church can offer to the surrounding world is not its programs or its production quality. It is the unmistakable reality of people genuinely loving one another. A community that loves visibly, that is what draws people in. Conversely, think about the opposite: contentious committee meetings, gossip in the hallways, people venting frustration about the pastor behind his back. Can that kind of community bear witness to the gospel? James chapter 3, verse 18. And the fruit of righteousness is sown in peace of them that make peace. Not causing conflict is not enough. God calls us to be active peacemakers, to be people who deliberately generate unity. Ephesians chapter 4, verses 1 through 3. I therefore, the prisoner of the Lord, beseech you that ye walk worthy of the vocation wherewith ye are called, with all lowliness and meekness, with longsuffering, forbearing one another in love, endeavoring to keep the unity of the Spirit in the bond of peace. The three ingredients of unity are humility, gentleness, and forgiveness. On our own, that combination feels impossible. That is precisely why we need the unconditional love of Christ. Colossians chapter 3, verse 14. And above all these things put on charity, which is the bond of perfectness. Gossip and slander can demolish the unity of a congregation in an instant. James chapter 3, verse 6. And the tongue is a fire, a world of iniquity. Pursuing active unity means refusing to participate in gossip yourself, gently and kindly redirecting someone who begins to gossip in your presence, being so committed to the culture of unity that you do not even approach the line. 1 Peter chapter 3, verse 10. Colossians chapter 3, verses 12 and 13. Put on therefore, as the elect of God, holy and beloved, bowels of mercies, kindness, humbleness of mind, meekness, longsuffering, forbearing one another, and forgiving one another, if any man have a quarrel against any. Even as Christ forgave you, so also do ye. Now let us talk about releasing personal preferences. If we are honest, every one of us carries preferences. The way we like things done, the style of worship we prefer, the way meetings should run. Philippians chapter 2, verses 3 and 4. Let nothing be done through strife or vainglory, but in lowliness of mind let each esteem other better than themselves. Look not every man on his own things, but every man also on the things of others. Membership in the body of Christ means giving up the assumption that your preferences should win. Luke 9, verse 35 tells us that the one who is last, who serves most humbly, is the one who most resembles Jesus. Consider the gospel. Christ set aside his divine prerogatives and became a servant. The one who had every right to be first made himself last, all the way to the cross. If we carry his DNA, we will walk the same way. Philippians chapter 2, verses 5 through 11. Let me read Commitment 2 and Commitment 3. Commitment 2. I am a member of Gushikawa Baptist Church. I want to be someone who actively generates unity in this church. No pastor is perfect, and no member is perfect, including me. Empowered by the love and forgiveness of Christ, I will not be a source of gossip or division. I will do everything in my power to actively create a culture of unity, because that is the greatest contribution I can make to the gospel shining in this community. John chapter 13, verse 35. Commitment 3. I am a member of Gushikawa Baptist Church. I will not impose my personal preferences and desires. Just as my Lord did, I am here, as a disciple, to serve God and others rather than myself. My personal preferences were nailed to the cross with Jesus. Because Jesus and I are one, I can joyfully embrace things that do not suit my tastes, or situations that feel inconvenient. I will be the one who serves, sacrifices, gives, the one who is last. Philippians chapter 2. Please pause the video now and work through 3 reflection questions. First, is there any area of your current church life, any seed of gossip, frustration, or conflict, that you need to face honestly? Second, is there a person or a situation in which forgiveness feels difficult? How might you apply the forgiveness of the cross to that situation? Third, starting today, what is one specific thing you can do to be someone who actively generates unity? Take 5 to 7 minutes to write out your answers. Today we learned from John chapter 13, verse 35 that the most evangelistic church is a loving church. We explored what it means to actively create unity, to drive out gossip, and to release our personal preferences. Session 9 will look at praying for our pastor, leading our families toward healthy church membership, and receiving membership as a gift from God. I look forward to being with you.